Okay, we're back.
Hello.
Another month. It's April. April's a good month, right?
Yeah. New Year month.
New Year month. I feel
April,
like
March.
April was like, when April came up as a kid, it was like a fun thing. It's like, oh, we can do April Fools. But then now it's like, we're adults. Like, why are you playing with me?
Right.
Like, stop playing with me. Like, I think, what's the dude that date the mermaid girl?
DDG?
DDG, yeah, he had posted something like, oh, I'm having a baby or something like that, and or he posted like an ultrasound or something like that, and it's like, come on, man, we too old for that. I thought we was past that.
Right. I don't even think about April Fools anymore either, honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
I never think about it. I never really think about it.
Yeah,
I do love April though for the
right.
the
But
weekend
April
stuff.
though, April. Oh yeah, 420.
Oh, I meant like the dandelions.
Oh. Two different mind frames. Right. Okay, so anyways, this month though, blue checks.
Blue check.
Blue checks are now, you can pay for them.
You're right. You're now monetizing Instagram even more.
Exactly. So what do you think about that though? Like,
I think it's at first I thought, okay, this is really weird. Instagram just trying to make more money. But I feel like it also can be good because of the fact that there's so many people. Like, I remember if there's an issue with someone that isn't super famous on Instagram and they're getting multiple accounts in their name, like scam people, you weren't even able to really report and say, oh, this is the real person, it wouldn't like go away. So I think it's a good thing if you really are trying to make sure your followers aren't getting scammed or something. You have the blue check, you paid for it, and they know, okay, that's the real person. But other than that, I don't see it necessary. I mean, it adds more, I guess, validity to the account, but I don't find it necessary.
honestly, personally, I was working to get verified, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, okay, eventually at this point in time, I'm gonna have a blue check. So it honestly pissed me off because at first I kind of didn't see anybody buy a blue check, but then my
I
friend,
see them all the time now.
yeah, my friend had posted something like, oh, if you have a blue check, I'm going to unfollow you. And then, like, right after I laughed at that, I started seeing blue checks on my thing, and I'm just like, wow. But, like, for me, it was more so of a, like, you're verified because you're popping at your craft or your Instagram or whatever it is. Because, like, honestly, dealing with Instagram, you have to be, like, you have to stay consistent with Instagram.
You're right.
So it's, to get a blue check, like, you gotta be posting every day. Like, Instagram has to be your legitimate life. So it was like,
and they have to recognize you on like a major scale. That's the only reason why I feel like it's kind of good, because there was a lot of people that really was popular didn't have blue checks.
true. But still, at the same time, like, for me, I'm just like, nah, that's not fair. Like, now you just get to pay for it, and then paying for it, like, I see what you were saying, but for me, it was like paying for it was like devaluing the blue check now, because now it's like your friend from 2 blocks away got a blue check, and same thing with Cardi B. It's like,
right. You looking. I was seeing that too, because it was someone in the comments. I can't remember, but I was just scrolling through the comments, and someone with a blue check had made a comment. I'm like, why is this person commenting, right? But I clicked on the account and they had like 2,000 followers.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. But like I said, if there's not the process in getting the paid blue check, if the process doesn't include like you have to like dox
verify
yourself. Yeah, you have to verify yourself with identification, like IDs and stuff. If it doesn't have that, then I really don't think it's not necessary.
I'm gonna try to test it out and see, like almost like try to pay for it type thing, because you have to go through the whole process, and then pay for it. So I'm gonna try to set it up and see, because I guess when you're looking at it that way, especially like with all the fake accounts, people was losing their accounts and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, if you have a blue check, we already know it's you. We're not gonna take it from you, you know, type of thing. So because I know a lot of people's getting scammed because of COVID because of that. So
exactly, and you'll follow, and people knows that now. You'll follow a celebrity or whoever, and you'll immediately start getting requests from people that are making fake accounts, and it really is annoying.
Right, exactly. Or it's like, oh, let me get your Instagram and all that
you weird stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff that was going on. So I guess I could look at the blue checks a little different if it's some verification going on. But yeah, so what happened this month or whatever?
Well, it did happen in March.
It happened in March, the end of March. Okay.
Yeah, the rapper. I know everyone's been talking about. I wish we would have actually looked when that Vlad happened, because it happened. Let me see. It happened right after, probably the day after the Vlad interview.
I actually think I saved it.
Break the Bank Savage. His name is BTB Savage.
BTB Savage, okay.
I don't care what anyone says. I did know the rapper before his initial shooting that kind of got him famous, and
that happened April 4th.
Okay, so it happened.
April 4th.
And are you sure?
Yeah, because I screenshotted it and I saved it. April 4th, or at least like April 1st type of thing.
I think it was the end. It was like March 30th, March 26th.
Oh, 26th. Okay.
March 27th, it was the end of March for sure. Early April, end of March. Anyway, Texas rapper from Ohio.
Okay.
He is.
Wait, you said Texas rapper from Ohio?
Originally from Ohio.
Okay.
Based in Texas now. Was based in Texas, and he was rapping from there.
Okay.
And he. I think he's about 26. He was pretty young.
Okay.
But he was rapping. His style of rap is kind of like, if people listen to Money Man, they know the scam, quote unquote scam rappers, or the TJX6's kind of thing. But he was a really good rapper. I enjoyed his music. He initially got famous, got a little wave, because he basically was gonna do a song with a guy that he didn't really know. He tells the story on Vlad TV if you guys want to see that yourselves. But he comes in, the guys come in, pretending like they're going to create a song with him. A tussle happens. The guy ends up, his girlfriend actually, the rapper's BTP's girlfriend is in there as well. His son is in the bedroom asleep, 4-year-old son. The girlfriend ends up, while he's tussling with the guy, the girlfriend ends up killing the man. She shoots him several times. He dies in the apartment, and that was that, basically. Until BTB Savage did the Vlad interview, literally a month later, still, during the first shooting, he actually got shot. His girlfriend actually shot him. He still had a brace on and everything. Arm wasn't even healed yet. He goes, tells the story, his side of the story in detail, and I guess these people in Texas were like big blood people or gang affiliated.
Right.
Man, literally a day after, he posted the photos of his apartment bloodied out, because the guy did pass away. He was around his 30s, and he passed away. Then the month later, after the Vlad thing, like I said, then he ends up getting shot down the street from his house. His mother said he was actually leaving Texas on his way to Vegas, and they caught him as he was leaving. And it really hurt. It hurt me. It did, because I love the rapper, but I didn't feel like it was, I had saw this thing, Hurricane Chris actually was just on Vlad too, and he said, you can't really, when I first saw the interview, I didn't see it as bragging. I saw myself like, if somebody came into my house and my child's in that house trying to shoot me and all these crazy commotion things happening, I feel like he should have not done the interview. But my initial thought, if I'm like a young guy trying to, I got money, I guess I would be like, yeah, this and that happened. Fuck you, if you, because I guess there was a part where he talked about how the guy kind of begged for his life, basically, like, take me to the hospital with you, basically. He's like, you gonna die, and that's something you just don't say on camera. Just because they still have a family too. I
was about to say, honestly, looking at it from the other end, like if somebody was to do that to you, like, and you died, I would be like if I didn't feel revengeful, like when it happened, because okay, if I'm just like, okay, Aaron did some bullshit, not like you deserved it, but okay, if Aaron did some bullshit, I'm just gonna grieve. But then I see the person go on an interview and you like not necessarily popping it, but you kind of popping it. Like, now at this point, you got me fucked up.
He should have definitely left the area before the interview. That's what I feel like. Because it looked like from my end, it's like I'm pretty sure he was in Texas for years, like high school student. He was from Ohio, but it was like a situation where you're, making money, because he was in the military, that's how he got into scamming and stuff. So you're making money through computers and, scamming Bank of America. These people are in the streets of their own neighborhood. So it's kind of like him against a whole gang. I would have left. Yeah, I would have left.
So wait, this happened after the interview?
He got shot
right after the Vlad video?
The Vlad video he posted it, and the next day he died after the Vlad interview.
God damn.
Like either 1 day or 2 days after. It was literally, and even the post, because it really was Twitter, when even though he posted on his Instagram too, but the Twitter kind of went viral, was the Twitter post of him.
Standing in the blood.
The 2 shots of him and standing in the blood. And literally, it was like hours after that was posted on Twitter. Hours later, he was shot. But it's a whole conspiracy thing. Not even conspiracy, but people really don't know what went on because apparently one of his producers kind of gave his location as he was leaving Texas. Ooh, so, that's what his mother is saying.
That's horrible. And for somebody, mama, to say something like that, I know she probably
his friends robbed his Airbnb after... Basically, as soon as they saw him dead, they robbed his Airbnb, took his chain. He had this Bank of America chain that he used to wear. And they did return the chain to the mother, but she said they kept everything else. So
wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's really sad. Rappers need to do better. And they saying that, I forgot who said it, but somebody was like, people need to stop doing interviews with Vlad TV.
Stop doing interviews with Vlad.
Somebody was saying like, they be like kind of dry snitching and kind of telling everything on Vlad, and they do.
He does. And even though he truly was the victim in that situation, it seemed like he was just trying to tell a story that was kind of boosting his career.
Yeah.
I think he should, at bare minimum, should have left, because he left the city, but he was still in Texas. He should have removed himself completely from Texas after that. It's not a bitch move to leave when you feel unsafe. That's not a bitch move. The only reason why, if you listen to the story too, that night when he first got shot, only reason why he survived that night, the first night, was because he locked his door. He locked his door when one of the friends left out, and then he was just him and one other guy, and that's how the tussle became. Yeah. But they were shooting through the front door, like trying to get in. If he didn't lock that door, he would have been done.
Yeah.
So your life had just got saved, like God had you that night. I would have been gone out of Texas after that.
Exactly, I would have too, honestly. And I don't think that I honestly would have talked about it. Like, that's just kind of something you have to take to the grave. But again, like, going viral is like a thing now, like, in telling your side of the story. Even him, like, taking the pictures in the blood, that's kind of like disrespectful. That's disrespectful as fuck. Like, there's no way.
But those pictures were fairly old, a month old at least.
But no, that's messed up though. And I feel like, there's literally no way that I would sit. You're talking about it, and then the picture you posting in my people's blood goes viral. Like, I would.
The main thing was the Vlad. He should have never did Vlad. He should have, he should have left Texas if he was going. If he knew that was coming out, because I had saw him doing the Vlad interview. He knew it was coming out that day. He should have definitely been out of Texas before that came out. But I don't think he thought they were gonna really. I don't know. You know how men are. Yeah. So. It's just sad that now in that situation, over viral, whatever, post and all that stuff, rapping, literally 2 sets of children are going to be growing up without their fathers. And it's really sad.
And it is.
It's really sad.
It honestly is. People just rappers nowadays just gotta do better. It's probably more dangerous than a lot of jobs right now. So,
man,
it's let's just stop dry snitching. But what else happened this month? I wrote Savage. What is that?
That's him, BTV.
Oh,
okay. Break the bank, rest in peace.
Okay. So what else happened? AI. Do you want to kind of explain that? Because I'm kind of like... Well, all I see... Okay, let me say just from my perspective. All I saw was, okay, now, like, rappers... Like, they can use somebody's voice for another song?
Pretty much. But it's like... I think it's people... That's another thing. The black community. Do not sleep on the artificial intelligence, because in the next 10, 15 years, it's going to be taking jobs for real. And it's going to be, people are going to be shocked. And it's crazy how people don't really know about it today, but even the low levels, like, it's not even low level, but like a Chat GPT, that right there can make full blown codes, and it's really intelligent. Like it can do anything. So basically, what these people are doing is using like the voice AIs, and they're making the Rihanna ones. They're reusing the voices from these artificial intelligence that can memorize these sounds and making these songs out of them. And the best record companies don't like that, because it's like there's a person that it can get to a level of advancement where someone makes a hit off of a Drake song that Drake didn't even make. It was just full-blown AI automation.
Right. So, but to me, when I first saw that, I was automatically scared, because it's like, I really didn't understand it, because you know more about that than me. I really didn't understand how is this possible? Yeah. But the fact that you can make a song with somebody else's voice scares me, because then they could watch all of our shit and make up words from everything.
And that's what they're actually doing too. There's scams going around, but it's mostly been targeted at older people. It'd be a situation like if you were my grandmother, and I get a call, you get a call, and you hear my voice. It's an AI voice saying, "Oh, Grandma Elise, I need money. I've been kidnapped. Send me money, or they're gonna kill me." If you're a senior citizen, you might fall into that trap. And a lot of people have been, like, they're using AIs to redo voices.
But I think
take advantage.
Even if not being an old person, I think if somebody called me with your voice, I would be like, shit, let's try to get this money together or something.
Anybody really could. So.
Yeah, so it was like I feel like people was enjoying that a little bit too much, and y'all not looking at the bigger picture, because that's what I thought of, like, damn, so that mean that they could do that shit to me. Yes, ha ha he, let's make Drake sing You Thought I Was Feeling You Girl song.
Right.
So it's like, that's funny, but it's like, nah, y'all not looking at the bigger picture. Because I was
joke
scared.
Is tomorrow's nightmare.
Exactly. So. I was literally scared. Like, I'm like, there's no way that you guys are enjoying this. And I feel like people be sleep on stuff like that. That's why I kind of want to talk about it, because it's like, I don't, like you said, like, AI is taking over, and people are not even really realizing it.
Right. And I'm like, if anything, people should look at that and figure out, hey, how can I monetize off of making, something off of this, but not just as a joke. Because there's also, even though that this is a voice, like an Instagram, whatever, visual, I guess she calls it. Man, I wish I knew the Instagram account. I can't think of it now. But there's literally an Instagram girl, and this is what's going to be taken. That's what I'm saying. Just the AI in general is going to take celebrity jobs, actor jobs. There's going to be so many different things. But they've been working on her since, I think, 2015 or 2016. And she's a complete fake person. It says she has over 1 million followers. I wish I had the account. She has over 1 million followers, and she's completely AI. She's not real.
She's not real at all.
And she has a group of friends and everything. It's so crazy.
You know what? I saw this other thing too, where it's supposed to be this model, but she's not real.
There's several of them out there. They've been working. That's what I'm saying. This AI they've been working for it for almost 10 years now. And you guys people think that it's not at a level that it's at, because they're barely now hearing artificial intelligence, but that's barely down the mainstream. They're really advanced at this point.
That's honestly, that's scary. So this is coming from Universal Music, asking streaming services to block AI companies from accessing their songs. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's literally crazy. I don't see, like, the comments, laughing, hee ha ha. No, I'm not laughing. I'm fucking scared. I'm terrified, because there's no way.
Yeah, there's a couple AI music artists too. We should have looked them up. There are a few that are not real, and they are AI singers and rappers. It's crazy.
Imagine really like a world of like not like going to a concert and it's like a virtual thing, like, or like a, I don't know. The world is like, I be thinking about like watching like Back to the Future when we were younger and stuff like that. Yeah. And looking at those movies like, dang, 2023 is like we supposed to look like this, but it's like we damn near there. We just, cars ain't flying though, but we basically there.
Anybody that plays the game, the PlayStation game, Cyberpunk. I think it's Cyberpunk. I can't remember what it's Cyberpunk something. That game, I feel like that's the future we're going into. Like, we're going to be half cyborg type of people. Right. I just saw a video of a lady talking about, I have a chip in my arm, and trying to make it seem exciting about paying her bills, and I have to have a card or keys. I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, all this technology scares me. Yeah. Even, I feel like in the next couple years, like when Anaya, my daughter, I'm going to scratch her name, I don't know. When she, well, I guess my Instagram shit is on there. By the time she gets older, I feel like it's gonna be like WALL-E. or it's gonna almost be to like Wall-E, to where it's all technology and we just behind the screen and we're not doing shit. We're not even walking. It's just
I mean, if we think about it, like,
or maybe her kids.
It isn't, but it's gonna be something next team. Because if you think about it, I remember our last year in high school, or maybe the year after we graduated high school, I bought the very last CD. It was a Nicki Minaj CD. That was the very last CD that I bought. And now, 9 years later, CDs don't even exist.
You can't buy a CD from Best Buy. I mean, I don't even. Do my car got a CD player?
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if you want to have the nostalgia, like, that's considered nostalgia nowadays.
No, I got a
People
2019.
are not willingly buying CDs.
I have a 2019. There's no CD player in there, so even if I did buy a CD, where I'm gonna play that?
Exactly.
My TV don't have shit.
If you don't have a PlayStation, you can't play anything with a disc.
I mean, I got an Xbox, but it's old.
Yeah. It has a disc thing, right?
Yeah. I'm scared. Mulatto, Big Lotto. Big Steppin'. So she performs at Coachella, and then she comes out with this new song. Well, first it started off
a freestyle.
I like it though. It started off as started off as,
and you know how I feel about that. Mulatto, you on my hit list, girl. Not the good kind either.
Okay, but I think we talked about this before. We gotta say Nicki Minaj is a bit of a bully. We can.
You
say
know
that.
I'm a barb. These girls are haters at the end of the day, because is Ice Spice feeling bullied? They just got a song together.
But a lot of these girls be kissing her ass, and a lot of
we don't know the background. We don't know the background.
No,
because
she's little Kim now.
No, she should have never posted. Little Kim went to jail. She wasn't even in her peak. And Nicki can put out a record today and it still make numbers the same as the same girls that they trying to be competition. Like, stop trying to make it seem like for the girls. I feel like Nicki, the situation, she just feels like the girl is trying to make it seem like she can't. She's not relevant. Like, Lil' Kim wasn't relevant at that time when Nicki started blowing up. Nicki is still very much relevant. Even certain artists that are not relevant, she makes them more relevant because she's on their artist.
Okay, wait, let's say what I think she said. Lotto. Yeah, Lotto. I think she said
something about Coi Leray.
No. First it started off as her saying, because it's all on one song. She say, she must think I wanted to kiss her ass. She must ain't took her meds. That's where it started off, right? Started off with that. Fast forward later on in the song, it goes to Coi Leray.
Blunt.
Smoking on that gas, blunt, biggest Coi Leray. Like to run a mouth, but I'm the type to run a fade. When y'all
Blunt's biggest Coi Leray or something.
Blunt biggest Coi Leray.
Coi Leray goes off on Twitter and then says, maybe I overreacted, but don't say my name. I first heard it, even I think she did first hear it and say she didn't like it, but then she realized that Lotto wasn't trying to diss her, and then she kind of said, oh, I just don't want to hear my name in no song, good or bad. And I kind of agree with it, because I will say I don't agree with it, because it's just like, this is about wordplay. Like, you're in the rap industry. Like, don't try to tell people
what they can and can't say.
Yeah, like, that's
you're
weird.
Let it go.
That's what I'm saying. And I even, what's it called? 50 Cent, he got shot 9 times because he said, I'm gonna rap about whoever I want to rap about. That's literally why he got shot. And so it's like, it's the same thing to me. It's like, you stop trying to control people's songs, but don't nobody want a blunt that's a Coi Leray size blunt. I do get what Coi Leray felt, but at the same time, it's just like wordplay. This is the rap game. But like she also said, like, some of the fans in the comments were saying, like, I definitely don't want a Coi Leray size blunt. Like, that doesn't seem like it's gonna be a nice blunt. It's gonna be a twig blunt. That's what I'm thinking. So it could have been a diss, but she said, like, shout out to Coi Leray after. I feel like it was just wordplay.
Because like I said, it first started off, the song was popular because it was supposed to be like, oh, she's dissing Nicki.
You gotta say Nicki name, not say her name, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, it just was it was a sneak diss that everybody caught on to. So it started off like that. So I didn't really fully listen to the full song until the Coi Leray thing came up. And then I think Coi Leray said, like, stick to who you trying to diss. Like Coi Leray was going off about it. But
I didn't get upset her too, because Coi Leray also has a song with Nicki. So.
Yeah, so it's like, she was like on some, like, say this who you really want to diss. Say their name, don't say my name type of thing. But I didn't take. I mean, for one, I took it as so you're talking about rolling skinny blunts.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, Blunt's biggest Coil Ray?
But also too, I had went on Twitter and it was like, okay, you don't never speak on what other rappers are talking about you.
True.
A lot of rappers always
I also
talk
thought
about
that
her
she
body
said
and body
Blunt's
shape.
big ass Coil Ray like Big Pro.
Oh, see, I didn't even take it like that.
That was my initial thought, actually.
I definitely was like, okay, it sound dumb because you talking about rolling skinny blunts. Like
I'm
that's
thinking,
what I
he
took
call
it.
me Big Pro.
Oh no, I just was thinking like she rolling skinny ass blunts. Like
I did after I saw the comment. I'm like, oh, maybe that's what she means.
yeah, but I definitely was like, I didn't think this much of it. I was thinking about the Nicki verse versus the Coil Ray. But I like the song though. I think Lotto was kind of hard. Like I didn't really like her.
Like Lotto. She's one of those rappers that doesn't really talk about it much, but she has several of these female rappers, artists in general, that she wrote their songs.
With. Yeah,
she wrote their and there's a couple Bia songs that she wrote. So
and I think after this, I mean, lyrically, I never really like listened to her because she got a lot of like pop songs and stuff like that. I really don't be listening to a lot of pop and then those like.
I'm glad you said pop. I'm glad you said pop. You heard that. Big Energy was a pop song.
Yeah, that was a pop song.
Not a rap song.
All her
Shouldn't be a
main
rap
songs, mainstream songs, have been like pop songs. They playing them like at LGBT clubs and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like I never really listened
In
to
West
stuff
Hollywood.
like that. Right, exactly. That, or I was hearing them on the radio when it's, or at a kids event or something like that. Like it wasn't
big Energy.
Yeah, like it wasn't like to me like that. So after hearing this song, I'm like, oh shit, she could actually she could spit. Like she can rap.
She can.
Like I appreciate it. I feel bad for Coil Ray. You went off too hard on the song. That
I feel like Coil Ray shouldn't have made any tweets about it.
She shouldn't have.
That's
You should
weird.
have just let it like be what it is. Cause like Twitter,
Benzino, come get your kid. That's how I felt.
like Twitter said, it's other rappers that have mentioned you and you've never said anything.
Like I said, Benzino, come get your kid.
So
they
you
the apple's not falling far from the tree. That's how I felt.
You're bringing up her because you know her and Nicki don't get along. So it's like, oh, an enemy.
She
is
came
my
too
friend.
hard. She came too
enemy
hard.
and my friend is my enemy too. Like
I feel you, Coil, on that. We bars.
I feel it, but it was unnecessary for you to go that hard though. Like
it was, especially if you went and corrected yourself. Like, oh, maybe I went too far. It's like, girl, just leave it. Just don't tweet anymore.
Right,
if you do it, just do it.
And I honestly do feel like Lotto, like that kind of you rolling skinny blunts. Nobody.
It was a bad.
She could have said thick as Megan Thee Stallion, rolling blunts.
Something else, yeah.
Because that Coil just wasn't.
Yeah.
And then she tried to say I never met the girl or something like that. That's what Coil Ray said. I never been around Lotto. But then somebody had posted a video of them together. It was a music video too.
Okay, maybe they just crossed paths. So exactly.
She was in her music video.
Oh, it wasn't a Nicki thing?
No, she was in her music video in the back dancing. Like,
oh God, that's
Lotto's rapping.
Dang, I need to look at more of Lotto's music. I really haven't deep dived into her. Only really her mainstream stuff.
Well, so. I was on Twitter, so I ain't know about it either. Yeah, it was on Twitter because they was like, how she gonna say you ain't never met her? And like,
think of Benzino. She act just like her daddy.
Like, come on now, you took offense to the wrong thing. And it's like women, like it'd be crazy, like when female rappers like be beefing, like more female rappers. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that, but. A lot of the short thing of female rappers, they beef with each other, and I think that's weird.
I feel like it's extremely weird, especially because I don't know why, but when I was a kid, like I've always loved like female rappers, like even from the beginning. Like I really was obsessed with like Lady of Rage and like Queen Latifah and MC Lyte and like all those rappers, and like that's what really led me to like the love for like Little Kims and Foxy Browns. But they had a beef, that was like once female artists, I feel like it was not even to this extent, but in a way, like when it became more about sexuality or who looks better, that's when it became beef, because those rappers that I mentioned prior were not kind of super sexual until Little Kim and Foxy Brown came around. Right. And now you have the Nickies and all those in-betweens. And it's like, especially the gap between Little Kim and Nicki Minaj, it was nothing to feel. And so now it's like an overpour, Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallion. And it's just weird.
But I still feel like the female rapper list is really small.
It's small. It's small.
Super small.
It didn't even get this big until, like I said, I feel like Nicki opened the door.
Yeah, she did.
She opened the door.
You have to give her that.
Yeah, but I feel like Cardi B kind of the reason when Cardi B blew up, that allowed all these other girls to just kind of come in
flourish,
because they saw Cardi B like, oh, Nicki's not the only one. Even though we ain't seen another album, Cardi B, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think female rappers need to stop beefing. And speaking of female rappers, well, I guess, do you see her as a rapper? I don't know. What's the Catch Me Outside girl? I guess we got
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby. She went on an interview and was saying how she has all these tattoos of Chief Keef. Like
his last name, his name, his nickname, and his, like, I have CK on my ankles, then I have his last name right here, and then I just covered his birthday up here, and then I have So on my ear, and then I have Keith on my wrist.
Oh, damn. Why'd you cover his birthday?
Because I'm sick of it.
Okay, but you're keeping the other one.
No, I'm getting them removed.
Okay.
I am just, like, tired of being delusional.
Of them. Comment below if y'all even knew they had a relationship, because I didn't.
I had seen an interview.
I thought it was something little, but I didn't know it was Krishan Blueface level.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
She started off, when I first seen that they kind of was messing around, she had tweeted like, oh, I love you, Chief Keef, or something like that, or stop being mad at me, or it was one of those like,
she's so ghetto.
You mad at your boyfriend, so you about to tell the whole world like you need to calm down and come back home type of thing. I love you. I thought it was a fan thing until she was talking about the tattoos, and I'm like, that's not no fan thing.
And you know it's deep when she said she need to stop being delusional.
Yeah, and even then I had first took it as, well, maybe they really not together or whatever.
I feel like she must have did something, because then it was a post of him and one of his baby mamas, and she got upset.
The baby mama has said that she was like, oh, post you, or tell them about your pregnancy that you had when you was a teenager by Chief Keef.
Yikes.
So they have a full-blown relationship.
She's a child.
But she has said, okay, so he's a pedophile if it's... I don't know how old he is, but he's
damn near 30, I'm pretty sure.
She made the age range, and she was like, okay, so but I don't remember the first age range she said, but she said, so 30 and 37, that's not a pedophile?
30 and 37?
Yeah, like that doesn't, the 37-year-old isn't considered a pedophile. I gotta look for. I'm gonna post that.
Right, we gotta see the numbers because me and my man are 7 years apart.
Yeah, but she basically was saying like it's the same thing.
If she was 16 and it's up 7 years, then yes, it's kind of weird. It's weird.
I only think it's weird when it's like, okay, when the girl is younger.
Pedophile. It's giving. Well, pedophile. Actually, no, she was 16 and you're 7 years older.
When anybody is younger, I feel like, because me and somebody was talking about how like. NLE Choppa with Sukihana and stuff like that, he younger than us.
Yeah, but people don't.
And Sukihana is older than us. But we can't say Bad Baby looks bad and NLE Choppa doesn't.
Okay, but are people calling Elvis today a pedophile for marrying a 14-year-old? And Lisa Presley, not Lisa, and Priscilla Presley, she was 14. He's a pedophile.
But then again, you got to give it to Bad Baby or Chief Keef. Like if he really did that, then.
That's a man thing. It's not a man thing, but it's a thing that they're only trying to make it seem wrong nowadays. When really most of y'all been dating girls that y'all shouldn't be dating. It's not.
But it goes back to the high school thing. Like it be 18-year-olds and 14-year-olds in the same school.
Yeah. But 7 years apart, Chief Keef, she barely was famous when she was 15. So you met her. If you met her,
Sukihana is older than us, and NLE Choppa is younger than us.
But I think he's like 18 already.
He 18. Sukihana's like at least 30.
Yeah, she is older.
And they just did
that situation isn't necessarily. We don't know if they're just doing that for entertainment because they're both in a private relationship.
You're still humping on a kid.
She's humping on him. She's humping on him.
So whether
Chief Keef was sleeping with a kid. That's a big difference. I'm sorry.
The way you went, I'm gonna pull that video up because the way that video, it's still recording. The way that video looks, they might as well be doing it. They might as well, and you can tell he had a heart on.
I love Suki.
And you have a son too, so it's like if it's
Did it say that? Did it show that?
Yeah, it did.
I just watched the video.
I just watched it because